members of the intelligence community simply do not want Hillary Clinton to be president of the United States because she doesn't know how to handle state secrets. Because some of the state secrets that she revealed use the proper true names of American intelligence agents operating undercover in the Middle East. When they lost their covers, they ran for their lives, and some of them didn't run fast enough and lost their lives. It's very telling that the intelligence community would feel so strongly about Mrs. Clinton that they would attempt to sabotage her campaign to prevent her from becoming their boss.
Well, here with reaction from our Republican presidential candidates, Governor Mike Huckabee of Arkansas and Dr. Ben Carson. It is great to see you both. Dr. Carson, first to you. This is kind of definitive, then. Hillary Clinton says, I didn't know the rules. That's not a plausible explanation, is it?
It's not a plausible explanation, and her failure to remember anything certainly is not a quality that you would want to see in a president.
So I'm assuming you buy it, then. Do you think she wasn't capable of remembering the most basic rules on handling classified material?
Well, it doesn't particularly matter. If she wasn't capable of remembering that, she definitely would not be capable of performing the duties of the president. And if she is lying about it, then that disqualifies her too. I think she's disqualified either way you look at it.
So, Governor Huckabee, just take 3 steps back. We're finding out about this from the FBI on the afternoon of Labor Day weekend, on a Friday, on a holiday weekend. This is a classic way to bury news that you think is going to be damaging to the principal. The FBI is not a political organization, but this move suggests they're acting for political reasons. Do you think that's true? And if so, how discouraging is that for a law enforcement agency to help a political campaign?
Well, the FBI has always been above and beyond the political ramifications. It's one of the reasons that most Americans have an incredibly high respect for the FBI. This hurts the FBI's reputation, hurts James Comey's reputation, but most of all, it damages Hillary Clinton. I mean, for her to claim that she has less memory about what she was briefed on than Jason Bourne knew about his past identity is just not realistic. And I agree with Ben Carson. If she really doesn't remember fundamental facts of national security like this, then she has no business being sworn in as president, and we need to make sure the American people don't make what could be an incredibly irrevocable mistake.
So, Dr. Carson, these 60 pages suggest more stories to come in this way. You have Hillary Clinton in the FBI's account losing somehow 13 different PDAs, some cell phones. You have her using her device in foreign countries. You have her with a SCIF, which is supposed to be a bug-proof room in her house and office that is not secure. This suggests that she was more vulnerable even than we knew to attacks by foreign intelligence agencies. Do you think we're going to be hearing that story before Election Day?
I hope so, but here's the other thing that we have to consider. Because she had such vital information in such insecure places, I think probably the Chinese, the Russians, and some others probably have some of that information. Now, what would it be like to have a president who could be blackmailed by other nations because they have information that she doesn't want to come out?
Well, that is the question. That is absolutely the question. And I think it's a major concern for the intelligence agencies in this country. Governor Huckabee, tell us, I mean, you, of course, are from Arkansas. You were 3-term governor of Arkansas. You know the Clintons very well. They're smart people. They try to cover all the bases. They're paranoid. They're aware of their public perception. Why would Mrs. Clinton behave in a manner this reckless? What would motivate her to do that?
Because for so long, Tucker, she and her husband have gotten away with living by a different set of rules than everybody else. You know, we remember back in 2008, the big banks were protected because they were too big to fail. And I think what we have is a Hillary Clinton who thinks she's too big to jail. She thinks that these rules that apply to everybody else in government are for them, for the little people.
That she was given,
right.
Read through it and sign it, put her name on it and say, I fully understand my responsibility to handle classified documents, and not get indicted.
The form of which you speak followed a 2.5-hour tutorial given to her on day one as Secretary of State by 2 FBI agents, in which they went through line by line the obligation of the Secretary of State to recognize state secrets, confidential, secret, or top secret. Those
Basic
are the 3 marking, when she sees them, whether they're stamped with that marking or not. At the end of that tutorial, she signs this very, very detailed pledge, promising and swearing that she understands her obligation is to recognize these secrets. That obligation was violated hundreds of times. The statement we just showed that she said on the plane is 180 degrees from what the FBI says she told her.
So the big overarching question is, and I said, how did she not get indicted? Is any of this a legal problem for her? Or is it just bad judgment?
This is a legal problem for her if Donald Trump becomes president and decides he wants to seek, his attorney general decides he wants to seek an indictment.
Recall when she got a security clearance. Clinton could not recall briefings or training on the handling of classified information. And Clinton could not recall specialized training for the U.S. government's most closely held secrets, known as special access programs. But the same week Clinton became Secretary of State, she signed 2 non-disclosure agreements where she said she knew the rules and that violating these agreements could result in criminal charges. Clinton also told the FBI that she could not recall the details surrounding the 2009 setup of the ClintonEmail.com domain, whose servers were housed at their Chappaqua, New York home. Clinton said the personal email account was a matter of convenience.
It's implausible, not someone with her background, experience, training. She's an attorney, 25 years in government, and suddenly she has selective amnesia. It's not plausible. It's not believable.